Hello everybody and welcome to another half hour of Suncoast Pro Wrestling. I'm your host this week, V. Malenko, and at last I'd like to welcome my co-host back, having last week off, hammering Henry Raines.
Well, Dean, I'm glad to be back. I'd like to thank our sponsors, The Time Machine, Video Discs and Tapes, Anchor Air, and the Capricorn 2 Restaurant and Lounge.
Well, Henry, I'll tell you, last week was definitely interesting. I couldn't say or be more excited to have you back than sitting here next to Nasty Ned and hearing some of the comments he had to say last week.
Well, it must have been quite an experience for Nasty Ned to come out here. I'm sure he has a different point of view than you're used to from me.
Yeah, he does. I'll tell you, this week we have a lot of things going. We have Grizzly Bear Ray in our opening match against Samson Dalone, and then the match I know you've been looking forward to, and the people in the Suncoast area. That's the grudge match between Gator Gilmore Full Force against Nasty Ned and Jumbo Barreta.
That's right. This feud's been building for a while. The folks that have been watching us every week have seen how Jumbo interfered in the title match a couple weeks back. Ned, on the other hand, has put himself in a position between Jumbo and Full Force, and there's no love lost here.
I'll tell you right now, let's get things on the rolling here. It looks like Samson Dalone already made it to the ring. Let's go right now to our announcer, Susie.
Gentlemen, our next match has weighing in at 237 pounds from New York City, Samson Dalone. And his opponent, weighing in at 385 pounds, now making his home in Bradenton, Florida, Grizzly Bear Ray. This will be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match.
Tell you, Henry, it's always good to see Grizzly Bear Ray in action. He's a fan favorite.
Well, if you notice those boys that welcomed him there when he was coming down the road, some of those boys are from the Boys Club who are guests tonight. The Grizzly and Full Force and I had the pleasure of going to the Bradenton and DeSoto Boys Club on the day school let out. And Grizzly was there to sign autographs. Had an impromptu wrestling match with Full Force at the Boys Club. Arm wrestling, I should say. And it was a lot of fun for everybody involved, I think.
Well, right now, Frankie Ray, our referee, is checking out the opponents, and it looks like we're getting underway. There's the bell, and the match has begun. Samson Dalone. He's a relative newcomer to the Suncoast area. I'm really not sure or don't know too much about him.
Well, in the past couple matches on Suncoast that Grizzly's been in, he's fought tall people, equal in probably height, not his size or weight. And in this time, he's got a height advantage, but I think this is probably the strongest, as the name Samson would imply, competitor that he's faced on our show.
Looks, if the people are just watching, looks like Samson Dalone is trying to cannulate or welcome Grizzly Bear Ray on in the ring, which from sitting down here and looking at the size of Grizzly Bear Ray, I definitely would think twice of that.
Well,
there's Samson Dalone challenging Grizzly Bear Ray with some tackles coming off the ropes. He doesn't look like he's having too much success there.
Oh, right into a bear hug. Went to the well once too often on the tackle, especially when he wasn't making any headway with it.
And I'll tell you something, that is one big bear hug. Grizzly Bear Ray now putting on the pressure.
You know, thinking of the name Samson and that angle, I have to wonder if he gets his strength from all his hair or not.
Well, he's definitely got a lot of that. If he did get strength from his hair, this guy would be unbelievable. Looks like he's trying every way to get out of this hold.
Almost got some leverage, but Grizzly overpowered him again. Grizzly doesn't have the cut that Samson does, but I think, you know, pound for pound, he has just as much muscle in those biceps and triceps.
Picking up Samson Dalone and runs him into the turnbuckle there. The fans on the outside are really getting behind Grizzly Bear Ray. Shoots Samson Dalone into that far turnbuckle. Looks like Grizzly Bear Ray setting himself. Oh. Looks like he's going for his patent finish there, but the last second.
Got him over in a backdrop.
I'll tell you one thing, that's a big backdrop. That's over 300 pounds. This guy definitely has to have a strong lower back, Henry, just to support this guy's weight.
Oh, got way up in the air on that. Grizzly was nowhere to be found.
Grizzly Bear Ray trying to get the approval of the fans. Going for that big splash. And we got a 3 count. And a winner of this match with the splash coming off the ropes in style, Grizzly Bear Ray. I'll tell you, Henry, that was an interesting match. I thought Samson Dalone would have fared a little better, but I think we're going to be seeing more Samson Dalone in weeks to come. Right now, let's go to a break, and I'm looking forward to what's coming up next, and that's myself, and I got some strong comments to talk about Masked Superstar. We'll be right back.
Folks, we're back here at Suncoast Pro Wrestling. Dean isn't beside me at the moment. He's getting ready to make a statement. He's asked for time of his own now. And let's get over there to Dean and find out what he has to say.
You know, right now I'd like to thank Suncoast Pro Wrestling and Henry Raines for giving me this time to talk about something that's real important to me, and that's the Masked Superstar. Masked Superstar, if you're paying attention, I want you to listen real close to what I have to say. In weeks prior, there's been a lot of things happening between myself and you, and it just doesn't seem that we can get this thing settled. Going back in time to the last time we met in the ring here at the Bradenton Auditorium, we had a stipulation which follows as the winner of the match, the loser of the match would have to, if I lost a match, I would have to retire from wrestling altogether. And if you lost a match, you'd have to take off the mask. Well, I myself remember, and the people here in the Bradenton Auditorium and the people that got to see it on TV, saw that I beat you, Masked Superstar. 1, 2, 3. I held up to my bargain. I'm still here and I'm ready for you, but you didn't hold up to yours. Again, maybe it's my fault that I had my back turned to you, and you know, I should learn by now that you can't turn on your back on someone that has the intelligence that you have. Watching and reviewing the films for the last week or so, realizing that you stuck something in your mask and you hit me with it, and then you walked out of the ring still with the mask on. And I know myself and the people of the Bradenton area were disappointed that they didn't get to see who or what you really are about. Well, in a couple weeks, Masked Superstar, we're going to get it on again. Another different stipulation. This is a Texas death match. And if you're not clear about the rules and the regulations of that match, I'm going to explain it to you. Very slow and very thorough, so pay attention. The only way you can win this match is if your opponent cannot continue the match after a 10 count. That is after a pinfall. This is a match that's going to take a lot of strength and stamina. It's something I've been training for, and it's definitely something I want. I'm not a man of words. I like to do my talking in the ring. That's when I do my talking the best. But I like to finish this conversation with one thing. If I don't get the chance to take off the mask, I can guarantee something is going to come off. If it's not the mask, it's going to be your trunks. Because as far as I'm concerned, if we turn you upside down, I don't think myself or the people in the Bradenton area are going to be able to tell the difference. Remember, Masked Superstar, something is definitely coming off. And that's a promise. This is going to be the last time I'm going to say it. And also, before I finish, I'd like to make and say that the stipulation of this match will be the loser of this match has to leave Suncoast Pro Wrestling for 30 days. Masked Superstar, 30 days is a long time. I'm not making any predictions, but I don't like taking 30 days off. Do you?
Welcome back to Suncoast Pro Wrestling, folks. We're going to have our feature match of the day here coming up. It's a tag team. We've got 4 of our largest men and also some of our biggest stars here. We've got Nasty Ned and Jumbo Barreta versus Gator Gilmore and Full Force.
I'll tell you, Henry, we should see some kind of match here And without saying any other words, I'm excited about this match and the people of Bradenton are. So let's go right to the ring right now with our announcer, Susie. Let's get this thing going.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is a tag team match. In this corner, weighing in at 350 pounds from Brooklyn, New York, Jumbo Barreta. And his partner tonight, from 230 pounds, from Hell's Kitchen, New York, Nasty Ned. And their opponents tonight, weighing in at 325 pounds from Sarasota, Florida, Full Force. And his partner, weighing 225 pounds from Bradenton, Florida, Gilmore.
No time wasted.
Well, Dean, we didn't waste any time getting started there. Oh, a double drop kick right through the ropes.
I'll tell you one thing, there's a lot of action going on here. And the ring just got cleared by Full Force and Gator Gilmore. There's no love lost between these four guys. Looks like Nasty Ned is now consoling Jumbo Barreta. Looks like we're going to get things back to normal here and get this match started. Full Force is in the ring right now. Looks like Nasty Ned is going to take him on. Real quick, I'd like to bring everybody up to date on these four guys. In weeks prior to this match, there's been a lot of talk and a lot of indecisions, a lot of controversy about the Southern Heavyweight Championship belt that Gator Gilmore carries and wears proud. Nasty Ned claims that he was the winner of the match. Jumbo Barreta supposedly, and as far as I could see, and Henry yourself, Jumbo Barreta did come down to ringside and pull Gator Gilmore's foot underneath the ropes, and he went down, and Nasty Ned did take the pinfall, but Frankie Reyes, our referee, was definitely on top of the situation and reversed the decision and made a good decision.
Well, I think with our trained camera crew, anyone that watched that show got a great angle on everything that happened, and there's no question about it. For a moment, Ned did think he was the Southern champion, but that didn't last very long.
I tell you, Henry, right there while you were talking, you can hear the support of the people out here chanting Full Force's name. You know, Full Force, as we mentioned in several weeks ago, that he is a graduate of Sarasota High School. A big elbow attempt there by Jumbo Barreta, and at the last minute, Full Force getting out of the way. I know the people down in Sarasota and everybody at Sarasota High School has to be proud of this young man, Full Force.
That's right. I understand Sarasota High are the state champions in amateur wrestling for high school level.
Yes, they are, and I know they got a heck of a program there, and I know at one time Full Force was a big reason for that program the way it is now. Double elbow there by Gator Gilmore, and dropping his own elbow, several elbows at that. Working on the neck there, Jumbo Barreta.
You know, I think last time I was at a chiropractor, something like that was done to me. And I paid him for that.
Well, here Jumbo Barreta's getting it for free, and it's something, from the looks of it, doesn't feel too good. Right now, it looks like Gator Gilmore is working on the arm of Jumbo Barreta. Jumbo shoots Gator in. Beautiful leapfrog there. Whoa, what a slam by Gator Gilmore. That was over 300 pounds he lifted. And a big leg drop there across the... We got a 2 count.
You know, Gator is deceptive in how much strength is on that frame. To lift a man like that, to slam him in such a quick, fast manner, really speaks for his working out at the gym and training regimen.
And I'd like to mention real quick, I know the people out there don't know, but Gator Gilmore did injure his knee while he was working out in the gym. And I'll tell you, Henry, this guy's got a lot of guts to be here tonight. I know this is a match that whatever problems he had, physical or mental, he was not going to miss this evening. Beautiful double backdrop sends over 300 pounds in the air, and a double lariat sends Jumbo Barreta down to the canvas. Henry, these two guys definitely got their stuff together. They have been working out ever since they knew this tag match had been signed, they definitely came in here well prepared.
Well, I don't know, Dean. Is this the first time they've ever tagged together?
As far as I can recollect, and I know, but I'll tell you, watching these two guys together, it doesn't look like this is their first time. It looks like these guys been at it. But then again, when you get two great wrestlers as Full Force and Gator Gilmore, I mean, there's no other way but to blend the way they do.
Well, you know, in our next match here at the Auditorium, July 6th, we're going to be starting the opening rounds of our tag team tournament, and these people must be ranked pretty highly, both teams for that matter.
Yeah, they are. A beautiful high knee lift sending Full Force down to the canvas. You know, it's Henry Jumbo Barreta going to make the tag here with Nasty Ned, and I don't know if the people out there caught it, but he jumped down from the ring apron. I don't know what his problem is.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't see that the tag coming.
Well, he had to see it coming.
But now he wants the tag.
Yeah, now he's reaching over the top. I'll tell you one thing, I'm just sitting here speechless. I'm not sure what the situation is or what this is all about. Beautiful double team maneuver there. Henry, I never quite seen anything like that before.
Well, you don't think of Full Force as being quick, you think of him being a power wrestler, but he did that drop toe hold very quickly, and then Gator came right in, dropped the elbow. Looks like an eye rake there.
Jumbo Barreta over Henry. There again, we see Nasty Ned walking down the ring apron. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm baffled just sitting here watching this match.
Well, he seems to have a real talent for distraction here.
You know, Henry, the only thing I can come up with watching Nasty Ned and what he's doing is that looks like he's upset at Jumbo Barreta, and maybe what he thought he had in a tag team partner isn't cutting it. But you got to remember, Jumbo Barreta's going against two of Suncoast Pro Wrestling's top wrestlers in Gator Gilmore and Full Force.
Well, he managed to escape again. Let's see if he'll get that tag. He's trying to get back in there.
Duck under there. Beautiful lariat sending Jumbo down. I'll tell you, Henry, watching Nasty Ned's tactics, you know, I don't agree with a lot of tactics that Jumbo Barreta does, but I mean, just sitting here, you kind of got to feel for the guy a little bit. You know, he's in there against both these guys. He's putting his effort in it, but it's a tag match, and right now it looks like he's just himself against these two guys.
That last time he tried to tag Ned, I mean, it was obvious Ned was facing him. He knew he was coming. He wasn't distracted by the referee. He deliberately walked over there and talked to him. He might have pretended to be distracted.
Beautiful drop kick sending Jumbo Barreta down. Jumbo Barreta is still yet to make the tag with Nasty Ned. Looks like Nasty Ned is encouraging to make the tag.
Well,
looks like, you notice Jumbo Barreta, I think he's fed up with his own partner, Nasty Ned. He didn't even go over there and try to make the tag. Beautiful clothesline there from the second row.
now Ned comes in.
Now Ned comes in.
I never knew he was such a rule
I'm not really sure what's going on here. Henry, I don't know what this is. Nasty Ned hitting his own opponent. Excuse me, his partner, Jumbo Barreta, in the back. Henry.
Now he's going after Full Force. Evidently wants to clear all three men out of here.
I'm not sure the reason behind this.
Well, I understand why he would attack Jumbo. With frustration over the pin, naturally, but now he's back on Full Force. Raising his hand.
I'll tell you, Henry, I don't know what's going on here. But Jumbo Barreta is down on the mat. You know, he cannot take blame for losing this match. He was in there by himself. Nasty Ned had nothing to do in this tag match.
Well, tagging with Nasty Ned is like a lottery. You know, maybe you'll turn up and hit on the tag, but the odds are against it.
Well, now you can see Nasty Ned is just leaving Jumbo Barreta in the ring all by himself.
And see Full Force picking up
Full Force
Betsy.
picking up Betsy. Here comes Jumbo Barreta.
Finally getting some consciousness.
I see the thing here. It looks like Jumbo Barreta thinks that Full Force hit him with the bat, but it was his own man.
Well, he's sort of confused now. Naturally, he would think that it would be full force. You wouldn't expect your partner to back jump you with a bat.
Well, these guys have been going at it, you know, tooth and tooth. And I don't know what's going on here, Henry. Looks like Jumbo doesn't believe him. Of course, he didn't see what was going on. Nasty Ned hit him from the backside. I'll tell you, we're going to go to break right now. We're going to come back, and I'm going to talk to Jumbo Barreta and find out exactly what happened to his partner. We'll be right back. Tell you right now, I'm standing here with Jumbo Barreta, and I'm a little baffled. I really don't know what happened. Jumbo, I don't know if you saw it. You were in the bat by your own partner, Nasty Ned, and the people here in the Bradenton Auditorium saw it.
These people are blind. They can't see. There's no way Ned hit me in the back with that bat.
Well,
He's my partner. He would never do that to me.
I don't know.
It was full force. I saw him, his bat in his hand.
Well, you are right about one thing. At the end of the match, Full Force did have Betsy in his hand. He did have the bat. That's not what happened. I saw it. Henry Rain saw it, and the people here in the auditorium saw it.
Glasses. You need glasses.
Well, your own partner went behind you with the bat and hit you.
No.
You know, I don't know if you remember, but every time you went to go make the tag with Nasty Ned, your opponent, your partner, he jumped down from the ring apron or he walked down the ring and he wouldn't make the tag.
Well, his shoes must have been untied because I know if I'm there and I need to make the tag, he would have been there for me. His shoes must have come untied, or one of these fans in the front row were bothering him and he went to take care of them.
Well, I think
they got big mouths. Look like that man right there. Just sit down there and be quiet.
Well, I think it's your word and what you saw, what you didn't see because you had your back turned. All the people here at the auditorium saw it happen.
Well,
hopefully in weeks to come we can get this back on film and maybe you can get a chance to look at what happened and you'll actually see that it was your partner that hit you and it wasn't Full Force.
I don't need to see what happened. I know what happened. I saw Full Force with the bat in his hand. Ned did not hit me with that bat. That's all I need to know.
Well, I'll tell you, we're not going to get this settled right now by talking. We're going to have to see this and go back and look at the film. But right now, we're going to go back to Henry Rains, close things up, and we'll see what happens from there. Henry?
Folks, I want to remind you that we'll be back at the Bradenton Auditorium July 6th. That's a Thursday night at 7:30. It'll be a TV taping again. Your ticket outlets, you can catch them at Plowboy Restaurant at 3614 Manatee Avenue, Funny Farm at 26th Street and intersection of Manatee Avenue, the Bradenton Auditorium, and also at the Time Machine as always. We're looking forward to next week. We have a great lineup. We're going to be seeing Full Force in action again next week. Also, the Masked Superstar has a singles match next week. I think we're ready for some real competition. And I'm also looking 2 weeks down the road when you'll be seeing the Texas Death Match with Dean Malenko and the Masked Superstar. As you know, the loser of that match will have to leave Suncoast Pro Wrestling for 30 days. He'll be suspended. We've got quite a bit coming up with Suncoast Pro Wrestling. We've got some surprises coming for the people in Sarasota, too. Any fans who happen to be in the Bradenton area watching this show on Paragon Cable, keep looking for us. I'd like to thank our sponsors of the evening, Anchor Air, the Time Machine, Video Discs and Tapes, and the Capricorn 2 Restaurant and Lounge. Folks, again, we'll be back next week with another exciting half hour of Suncoast Pro Wrestling.